Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. For this video, we're going to be going over all the different things that are going to be coming out over the next 3 to 4 weeks prior to the half-year anniversary celebration, and we'll be going over some of the units that could potentially be on the Lost Vayne banner. We'll also be going over different things that could be happening for the, what's it called? The Evil Lilia event, why new units should be coming out specifically because of that event, and we'll also be talking about the free Blue Arthur that could potentially be coming out to the global version. We don't have any confirmation on any of this information yet. This is going to be entirely speculation, but it's going to be based on a lot of fact that we have from the Japanese version to give us a lot of resources going forward, and hopefully this will help you out in some way. So guys, without further ado, let's go and jump right into it. Alrighty, guys, so I knew that Blue Arthur is going to be coming possibly on the 25th, as soon as like 2 days ago, but apparently it did happen, so I was like, yay. So we know that Blue Arthur is coming on the 25th. That's going to be great, and we're getting the 14 free multis, free multi every day, so that's awesome. So next week, I'm assuming we're getting Lost Vayne Meliodas, and the reason we're assuming we're getting Lost Vayne Meliodas next week is because the anniversary for Global for half-year anniversary would be on the 3rd of September. The banner release date for that would be, of course, the 1st, which is September 1st, which would be the Tuesday on that week. Banners are released on Tuesdays, and that's when I think it would come out. The following week, though, we do have some massive amounts of possibilities, and the units that could be coming there could be Red Fat King, the Valentine's units, a dual Fraudrin banner potentially if there's Fraudrin not on the Lost Vayne banner. There could be a Gloxinia banner, the Zeldris banner from the teaser that we saw in the Derriere showcase, which I don't think is the possibility because when I saw the Derriere showcase that Netmarble put on their Twitter video, that Derriere was actually on the Japanese version. If you looked at Derriere's actual cosmetic kit that she was wearing, that was actually the Japanese version of her cosmetic kit and not the quote-unquote nerfed version of Derriere, if you know what I mean, that we have on Global. And then the last one would be Zaratros. And Zaratros I don't think is coming either because he comes out specifically for Final Boss Diane, which is the next final boss after this, if you were not aware. And I will have a video showcasing that fight as well at some point, but it is, it's boring. It's just a farming fight. It's a really boring fight. All right, so with the possibilities like kind of going really broad on the 8th and what it could be, my biggest thought is probably going to be like Gloxinia or something BS. The Valentine's units would be really cool to see, but it's probably not going to be those. And then I believe what's going to happen on the 15th is going to be Blue Easton and as well as Red Mono. And this is all speculation again. The reason I think that the Blue Easton and Red Mono are going to come out on the 15th is because I think we're going to have 2 weeks of Lost Vayne Meliodas, and they said it was going to be a 2-part event for the half-year anniversary. And if it's a 2-part event, my thought is it's going to be a month long, which will allow it to be the Blue Easton and Red Mono going to be added, as well as the Evil Lilia event added. And you need both of those characters to be added for the Evil Lilia event, and I'll go over why in just a sec. Alright guys, so in the most recent dev notes, there was also the information about the Lilia event. So the other thing we're going to be going over in this video is going to be the breakdown of the next couple banners. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, of course, is the Lilia event. Now the way this event works is it's really simple. You kill a boss, the boss spawns just like on the boss stages, and then you're able to get the Awakened Lilia fight. This fight only spawns once you've killed the boss stages, just like you do for normal raids every single day. It's exactly the same. There are 3 separate stages for this boss stage. The first one, you're going to be fighting a Green Valenti, and by fighting the Green Valenti, you then can spawn the Lilia event. And of course is Blue Easton, and Blue Easton is the other one that comes out with her waifu cosmetics, and she doesn't get the summer ones unfortunately, but it's the one that has the Hellburn buff and not the one that stops ultis. And the last one, of course, is Waifu Mono, and Mono, of course, is the character that sucks so bad, but is so waifu. Now, the reason these characters have to be on the event for the Evil Lilia event is because half the reason that you're doing the Evil Lilia event is because you need to spawn the bosses, and what you get out of the Evil Lilia event are the cosmetics that you can see here. This cosmetic that I have on right now, this is actually a free-to-play cosmetic that you get from the Evil Lilia event. It's going to be cost these red little spiky things, I don't know what they're called, in order to get this. You also get a weapon that comes along with it, and finally a headpiece that comes along with it, which is this one right here. I believe it's one of these two. I don't remember which one it is. It's one of these. I don't know. It's one of her cosmetics. And one of her thinks she gets a book. I think this is the book. I'm pretty sure this is the book that she gets out of the event. It's not that one. This is the one from the summer event. It might be this one. I don't know. It's one of the books. I maxed all our cosmetics. That's what I would say. You also get a headpiece for Easton too, which I think is this one. It's probably this one. Got cosmetics out of this, I believe was Lilia, and I think this is where you get the Evil Lilia cosmetic, unless we have this one on global. All our cosmetics, so one of the things that you got out of the cosmetics, since you can only get really mono and Easton cosmetics out of here, they've kind of taken all the things out of it. So the thing that I think is going to happen, because the Evil Lilia event is happening, of course, is going to be, I think mono and Easton are going to be coming to the game relatively soon, because that's the way you spawn the bosses on the Evil Lilia event. For cosmetic, the other thing that we got released, of course, was cosmetic upgrades, and the characters that, of course, go along with these cosmetic upgrades that go very well with them, of course, are the Valentine's characters, which are my biggest characters that I regret not getting on global, on JP, until later, and it kind of sucked. But the Valentine's characters are characters that only get released twice on JP. Once was on the Valentine's event, and the second time was, of course, on the anniversary part 2. Jenna, of course, was one of the ones that you get for the red demon, right? Red Elaine, which is the best boosting unit in the entire game for Derriere. And finally, Zenari, which is the best unit for Grey Demon, to getting the extra cosmetic upgrades. For cosmetic upgrades, so you know, a lot of people have been asking me, hey, what are the cosmetic upgrade breakdowns? Crimson gives you attack. All right, so this is the one for Grey Demon right here. Sorry, Red Demon. This comes right here. And this one right here is for armor pieces. This one right here is the one for Crimson Demon. It is for weapons. And finally, this one right here is for headpieces, and it comes out of Grey Demon. I know I've already answered this in my news video, but again, just in case you didn't hear, yes, this is retroactive as well. For if you do upgrade any piece of equipment to 5-star SSR, you get a diamond, and yes, it is retroactive for all of your diamonds, for all your equipment that you've already gotten on your global version. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and go over the banner for Lost Vayne Meli on the Japanese version. Now this banner was a very interesting banner, and it's going to definitely be different on the global version. And why is it going to be different? Well, if you can just clearly see here, there are units that are on this banner that are not on global yet. But there are a lot of units that are on global, so we're going to go ahead and go over them. So first on the list, we of course got the blue Demon Meliodas, we got blue Lizhawk, green Matrona Deanne, we got Nunchuck Bon, red Skinny King, blue Gother, red Merlin, and blue Gallant. On the other side of the things, we got green Escanor, blue Melascula, red Monspeed, green Gloxinia, red Estarossa, red Derriere. We have Meliodas, and finally Fraudrin. Now those are three of these units, or two of these units that are actually not in the game yet on the global version. The first of which is going to be green Gloxinia, and the second of which, of course, is going to be green Fraudrin. Now green Fraudrin was actually debuted on the red Lost Vayne Meliodas banner, so he might be on the banner for global as well, but we haven't heard any news of it yet, or any data mines, or nothing has been leaked yet about this, and all we have is the image of a ticket. So if you guys are thinking that Fraudrin might be on the Lost Vayne Meliodas banner, there is a 50-50 chance at this point if he will be introduced on the Lost Vayne banner, or if he may not be introduced here. Now, as you can see, every single unit on the banner had a 0.25% rate, giving you the chance to get a 4% total SSR rate over all 16 units. Now, this is pretty much what I expect the banner to be on global, but there are three units that I'm not quite sure will be on the global version. The first of which is going to be red Derriere. Now, we are not certain that she will be on there because the time difference between the Derriere banner and the actual Lost Vayne Meliodas banner was about 1 month. And banners on JP last for about 2 weeks, just like on global, but there's a new banner every other week instead of every week like on global. So there might be the actual Derriere on Lost Vayne banner, which would be really cool, but we do not know, and that's why everyone's kind of like up in the air on if they wanted to summon for Derriere or Lost Vayne. Now, the other unit that I'm not certain is going to be on this banner, of course, is going to be Gloxinia, because Gloxinia, of course, is not in the game yet, and Gloxinia is really trash anyway, so no one should really care about that regardless. The other unit that, of course, not sure about is Fraudrin, because Fraudrin, you know, it might be released on this banner, and he might actually be released on a separate banner so that people can actually get him there. The other thing about this banner is there's a total of 7 commandments on this banner and 9 different sins. So it gives you a total of 16 different units. So they may want to remove, if they're going to remove Gloxinia and they're going to add in a different unit, it might be one of those units that we really just don't like in the game and might not be a good unit at all. The 2 units I think that they might do on here would actually be, I think, a removal of both Derriere and Gloxinia, or Derriere and Fraudrin, or possibly, best case scenario, Gloxinia and Fraudrin, and they would add, say, Valenti and Lilia. But if they did that, they would have to remove all 3 because there's a green Lilia, a blue Lilia, and finally a green Valenti. And that would give you a total of 3 units that could replace on the banner as far as good units that you could do replaced, and this would allow you to get good units on a banner in general. So if you missed out on those units, it's a perfect time to get them. And because of the sneak peek release of Zeldris, a lot of people were thinking that Zeldris might be on the banner, but it makes absolutely no sense for him to be on this banner because they would make less money. So if they did do that, I'm pretty sure that they would make less money, so that'd probably be not the best idea. The only other unit I could see that they would add to this banner would be Blue Merlin, and if that's the case, then they might add, say, another variant of another character in order to get more out of us in some way, or possibly Death Pierce, Red Arthur. Those are the only units you got to potentially see on this banner, but to be perfectly honest, I don't really see those units being on this banner because doesn't really make a ton of sense. Arthur would probably make the most sense because he's on every single banner in the game. That would probably be another character that I could see on there. The other thing that is that on this banner, there's only one variant of every character on this banner except for Lost Vayne Meliodas. So what I expect is that they're going to keep this kind of thematic thing where they're only going to have one variant of every kind of character and just spread it out for many different kinds of characters. So if it had to be unique characters, it would probably be characters like Red Hellbrum they could throw on this banner. But again, the only characters that are like non-sins on this banner are named Elizabeth and Commandments. So I'm not really sure if they're going to add anyone else to this banner, like Hellbrum is more of a side bay character. They may just go with like main strong characters, and I don't really think there's anyone else that they can add to this that's a main strong character that would not be a duplicate character on this banner, besides, say, using OC units, etc. So going through the list of characters that don't have duplicates on the banner, I found there's Death Pierce, Gil Thunder, Griamore, Gila, Hellbrum, Jericho, Green Lilia, Blue Lilia, Slater, Valenti, Arthur, and those are the units that are on the banner. So those are the units without dupes on the banner. As I said before, there's only unit with a dupe that we saw previously was, of course, going to be that LV Meliodas. So that's the only unit without a duplicate on the banner. So if they keep with the same theme, then potentially the units that I think would be the most likely, if we took out Green Lilia for just the controversy issues, and we had Valenti, it could potentially be Blue Lilia and Green Valenti for just 2 units. If that's the case, and they're just doing it for 2 different units here, then the units that they could take out potentially are, as I said, Green Gloxinia, Red Lost Vayne, Green Gloxinia, Red Derriere, and Fraudrin. So one of those 3 could be taken, or 2 of those 3 could be taken out entirely in order to add these in. Green Gloxinia is kind of a given, so it has to be between Red Derriere and of course Fraudrin. So if that's just the case and it's just between those 2, it potentially could be Derriere could potentially be on the banner, but the difference is who's going to be on the banner between the 2, Derriere or Fraudrin. I'm gonna let you guys decide and what you guys think about Fraudrin on this banner or Derriere on this banner. Alright guys, well, my name is Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like and subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.